On December 31st, 2018, I was sitting in the Seattle-Tacoma airport doing what I always do and listening to Alan Stone read PSAs, when suddenly it hit me. Wait a second. Whatever happened to my YouTube channel? That's right, at one point in time I had an immensely successful YouTube channel named Super Squad D that had an entire 1,000 subscribers, but it had lain dormant for some time. In order to discover what happened to it, I knew I had to travel home. So I hopped on the first plane I could find that agreed to take me to Atlanta, Georgia. Even though we flew through what appeared to be the actual pits of hell at one point, the flight was actually pretty nice because Delta offers live TV, so I could watch 4 straight hours of Jesse Palmer sucking the will to live out of Joey Galloway's fat head. Upon landing in Atlanta, I ate at the world's greatest idea for a restaurant ever, but then was reminded that I do not actually live there. So I hopped on yet another flight, this time back home to Mississippi. Once that flight was behind me and I had trimmed off that awful hobo holiday beard I had grown, what a terrible idea that was. Why did my wife allow me to do this? I had to hop in my car and drive an ungodly 23 minutes to get to the home of the worst human being I know, Tyler Blunt. Tyler, I knew, would have the secrets to remembering what it was we even used to cover on this YouTube channel and how we could log in because the passwords had kind of escaped my memory at this point in time. But Tyler living 23 minutes away from my house is a massive obstacle to overcome because 20 minutes is the exact time distance away in which I can maintain a friendship with somebody. I know that 20 minutes doesn't seem like it's very much, but if it's further than that, that person has basically never existed to me. But this was important enough that I had to drive 23 whole minutes. Driving up to Tyler's house that he owns reminds me that I rent a tiny little 2-bedroom place due to all the past mistakes that I've made. Is my life a mess because I once got a tattoo? After Tyler's dog let me in, I discovered him doing, it doesn't really matter. What are you doing?
Pretty obvious.
How do you live like this?
Magic!
But having not seen this man in the better part of a decade, I decided to just be polite to him. So, what did you do for Christmas?
Why are you asking? This is a setup.
For a gag.
Set me up for a gag?
Well, it was in fact a setup for a gag, but not one that I really felt like was clever enough to bother continuing with. Being a man very much in touch with the times and the trends, Tyler wanted to show me the hot new show all the kids were talking about. Wait a second. Does this calendar say November 2018?
Yeah. Is that not what month it is? Is it not still November? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's November 21st right now.
How do you live like this? What are you doing? Not content to sit around the house any longer, we put on our finest necklaces and drove to get the most mediocre sandwiches we could find. I thought it'd be a good idea along the way to ask Tyler what his favorite things from the past year were, but it was definitely not. Hey, so you can see that kid, right?
Like in the front or the back? Whereabouts are you talking about?
How would there be a kid in the front?
Well, there's no
That's
kid
the hood of the car.
There's no kid in the back, so I assume you meant the front.
Why would you assume that, though?
Well, where would there be? Where could there be a kid? On the roof? I mean, if it's not the back and the front, it could be the roof.
I mean, well, you normally strap down, but you don't see.
No.
Well, this is troublesome. All right, I'm going to ask you a few. Ooh. You know, I'm just going to take the camera back off, and I'm going to ask you a few good questions.
I love good questions.
But I'm going to ask them pretty poorly.
Okay. Yes.
Well, movies, right?
Yes, I like them.
Okay.
You win.
Did
I win?
No, well, in 2018.
Yes.
If you had like one of those that was, I don't know, the one that you liked.
Yes.
But just the one. If you just had one that you liked, but none others in 2018, what would it have been?
Have you heard of Bird Box?
No. Explain it to me in great detail.
I don't know. I just heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. My favorite movie in 2018, though. Well, let's go back. Let's just. I want to be clear about what I'm saying. The word "my" really implies me and my own personification.
Now, try as I may, I could not convince Tyler to stop this bit that he was committed to doing, and believe me, it was a long one, so I'm just going to cut it down and give you the highlights.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that. I studied Immanuel Kant. I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, okay. Well, favorite indicates...
It means a tiny amount of favor bestowed upon something. Favor,
that is.
Yeah, the it being a small amount.
Yeah, so there's no reason to dive into that word. And if you look at the way that the letters are translated from Greek to Hebrew to English, what you find is very
Which is the most accurate translation
Well,
method.
all the scholars know it.
Right.
All the doctrines in the world.
Right.
It's a German sound for, like, ooh.
Right.
Like you like something a lot. But the E, which is the end of the word, but really the beginning of the word, if you're a scholar like I am,
right,
it's literally no meaning whatsoever. Like,
it's
they accidentally
just
tag the letters on.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's definitely not Bird Box.
Sure.
I'm sorry that I led with that because I feel like that was a misnomer.
No, it's fine. I don't even really care anymore. This song is sad.
Yeah, Spider-Man was good.
All right, so the next of the good questions.
I would really work on the word good and maybe think about changing that to a different word.
Okay, that's fair. Do you still play video games?
No, I gave that up in about, really, on my 7th birthday. It was a nice, warm summer day on August 11th, and my parents walked in with the Super Nintendo. No, it was destined to do more than just play, because a lot of people play games. Oh my God. Yeah, buddy, I'm in an interview right now. It's a little bit of an important situation here, but is there something you need?
Trash.
Do you need trash?
No, I think she's telling me that I'm trash at games. I don't play games. I win games. Even when I lose, I win. And that's what you have to understand, because sometimes it's not about the battle, it's about...
I'm going to call you Daddy Trash from here on out. And that's your new call sign. Whenever you play Fortnite,
I really don't understand.
It's not Johnny Cool anymore. It's Daddy Trash.
I completely forgot that I made that joke, and I'm absolutely going to start calling him that now.
What was your favorite game you played on your 7th birthday?
Oh, easily Super Mario World.
Okay.
Never played anything like it. One time I was on the news playing that game. True story.
National news?
I mean, as national as Jackson, Mississippi gets.
Can I address again? This is a sad song. It's all about death.
After lunch, Daddy Trash was very excited to show me this exciting, brand new 20-year-old video game he'd been playing.
This looks better than a PlayStation 1.
Yeah, absolutely. At least PlayStation 1.5. This is the floss. It's kids dance. This is how you floss. This is how you floss.
Like, immediately after this, I kid you not, he ran straight into the water about 4 times in a row because he forgot which button was the jump button. Like, that's not even a joke or anything. I wish that I'd gotten on camera because it was just outstanding to hear a grown man brag about how much he loved this video game and then promptly fail entirely at demonstrating it. But, oh well, you know, it didn't, whatever. We wrapped up our time together with me destroying him as Pac-Man in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And as I left on my journey back home, I realized that I never once asked him anything about the YouTube channel. But that's alright. I could honestly just take all the footage I filmed during the day and piece it together into a video, upload it on the channel, and he would honestly never notice that I had done it to begin with. And maybe that's the best course of action for Super Squad D moving forward. Maybe I just need to hijack the channel, do whatever I feel like doing, and I don't know, just see what happens afterwards. And I don't know how to end the video, so that's gonna be it.
And I don't get blown away easily. I got heavy feet, heavy head, heavy burdens. I don't get blown away, but I was blown away for one reason alone.
What's your deepest and darkest burden that you carry with you at all times?
Probably what happened to that homeless man back in the late 2000s. I'll never forget that.